here at A New Life Center, we have been studying this question, what causes the immune system to dysregulate? We've been studying this for the past 18 years. And our founder of A New Life Center, his name's David Cope, 20 years ago, he realized that the dysregulation of his immune system that caused his autoimmune diseases was caused by the emotional stress of his divorce. That there was an obvious connection between the emotional stress of his divorce and the development of his autoimmune disease. And how he knew this was before his divorce, he was a healthy individual. He didn't have chronic illnesses. He didn't have autoimmune diseases. So knowing that this emotional stressor, his divorce, caused his immune system to dysregulate, leading to his autoimmune diseases, what it did is it led him to hypothesize that all autoimmune diseases are precipitated by a specific emotional stressor. This hypothesis led him to discover what we now call the 6-month rule. And just so you know, the 6-month rule is no longer a hypothesis, but proven over the past 18 years to be a fact. And so the 6-month rule is that prior to the onset of the symptoms of our autoimmune disease, we can go back 6 months and identify the emotional stressor that triggered the immune system to begin to attack our tissue or organ that actually created our autoimmune disease. The 6-month rule is proof autoimmune diseases are created by an individual's internal emotional state. And I love the 6-month rule because what it does is it completely simplifies autoimmune diseases. Here at A New Life Center, we can see and identify the clear cause and effect. Autoimmune diseases thus no longer have to be a mystery. And it's clear now, no, they don't come from Epstein-Barr virus or root causes or toxins or environmental bacteria or our genetics or risk factors. It's our internal emotional state. And we know this, again, through years of experience. We've been doing this for 18 years, that we can clearly identify the emotional stressor that caused the immune system to create an autoimmune disease. And so I want to go into what are some common emotional stressors that we find here cause the immune system to dysregulate. One of the most common ones in women is pregnancy and giving birth. The most common emotional stressors, again, that triggers 6 months later the creation of an autoimmune disease. Also, death of a loved one, divorce, moving, a friendship or a romantic breakup, becoming an empty nester, starting school, and or graduating from school. And so we can take this, the 6-month rule, and we can actually extrapolate this, that there is an emotional stressor that is the cause of every autoimmune disease. So not only did an emotional stressor cause our original autoimmune disease, but subsequent emotional stressors are the cause of every autoimmune disease that comes after. So to summarize, you can use the 6-month rule for every autoimmune disease that you develop. Again, take the onset of that autoimmune disease, roll back the calendar 6 months, circle it, you will find that specific emotional stressor. And this was true for me. My first autoimmune disease, it was rheumatoid arthritis, happened 6 months after the death of my dad. When I got Hashimoto's, roll back the clock 6 months. Well, my stressor for that, I graduated college. When I got lupus, began getting those symptoms, 6-month rule, 6 months before that, I started graduate school. And when I started developing the signs and symptoms of MS, I roll back the clock 6 months. Well, just when I had started my first new job. 6-month rule. It's true for all of us. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. If you have an autoimmune disease or chronic illness, are frustrated with food diets, supplements, and medication, and are ready to permanently heal and no longer have your condition, I have 2 13-week online self-guided educational programs, the Autoimmune Healing Program and the Chronic Illness Healing Program. Both programs teach you how to go beyond remission to permanently heal your chronic illness or autoimmune disease, leave behind your doctor's visits and symptom management, and to finally heal without supplements, medication, or food diets. This is the same journey I took and why I'm over 10 years completely healthy. My autoimmune diseases and chronic illnesses are permanently healed. You can find the application link for a complimentary course consultation below in the description of this video. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.